Imagine this. It's 1944. A small American squad is pinned down by a much larger German force. The Germans have the high ground, better cover, and more men. But in just minutes, the Americans are advancing, the enemy is retreating, and the battle is over. How? American soldiers in World War II weren't just brave, they were terrifyingly effective. Who knew the real reasons went far beyond courage? Welcome to the Who Knew channel, where we reveal the forgotten facts that changed the world. Today we're uncovering the shocking system that turned ordinary American GIs into one of the most lethal fighting forces of the 20th century. It wasn't just better guns or bigger numbers. It was a deadly combination of technology, tactics, logistics, and leadership that left the Germans stunned. Stick around, because by the end, you'll never look at the U.S. Army in World War II the same way again. Let's start with the most basic thing, the rifle. While German and Japanese soldiers were still stuck with slow bolt-action rifles, every American infantryman carried the M1 Garand, the first standard-issue semi-automatic rifle in history. One squad of 12 Americans could pour out nearly 200 rounds per minute. That's double or even triple what the enemy could manage. Germans called it the rifle that never stops firing. Who knew that single weapon gave the U.S. infantry a firepower advantage that changed squad-level combat forever? But firepower alone doesn't win battles. Coordination does. American troops had something almost no other army possessed in large numbers: handheld radios. The SCR-536 and SCR-300 let platoons and companies talk in real time. No more runners getting shot or waiting hours for orders. A sergeant could call in artillery or air support in seconds. In the chaos of Normandy or the Hurtgen Forest, this meant Americans adapted faster than anyone else on the battlefield. Now picture this. Infantry wasn't fighting alone. Tanks rolled right beside them, and fighter bombers like the P-47 Thunderbolt screamed overhead. Using radios and smoke signals, ground troops could direct precise strikes within 200 yards. This was combined arms warfare at its finest. Infantry, armor, and air power working as one deadly team. The Germans had seen nothing like it. One American division could bring more firepower to bear than an entire German corps. While the German army still relied on horses for much of its transport, the U.S. was fully motorized. Jeeps, 2.5-ton trucks, and half-tracks let American forces move at 40 miles per hour and concentrate troops wherever they were needed. The famous Red Ball Express, 6,000 trucks racing day and night, delivered 12,000 tons of supplies daily. Mobility was power, and the Americans had it in spades. Here's another secret most people miss. American officers were trained to think for themselves. Decentralized command meant a lieutenant or sergeant could make big decisions when headquarters went silent. This mission-type order style, borrowed and improved from the Germans themselves, kept units fighting even when the chain of command was cut. In the fog of war, flexibility beat rigid orders every single time. American equipment was built to be fixed fast. Interchangeable parts from Ford and GM factories meant mechanics could cannibalize one wrecked tank to repair 3 others. Over 90% of damaged vehicles returned to combat. German gear was often over-engineered and impossible to repair in the field. Who knew that American simplicity on the factory floor translated into battlefield invincibility? Artillery was the real king of the battlefield. Fire direction centers let shells from dozens of guns land on a single target at the exact same second, and the new proximity VT fuse made shells explode in midair, shredding troops in foxholes. In the Battle of the Bulge, this technology was devastating. Meanwhile, American medics had penicillin by the millions and a tiered evacuation system that saved lives like never before. 96% of wounded GIs survived. unheard of in previous wars. A soldier who knew he'd live if he fought with far more confidence. Behind every rifle, every tank, every shell was the greatest industrial machine the world had ever seen. The arsenal of democracy produced weapons, fuel, and food in quantities the Axis could only dream of. C rations, K rations, hot coffee, chocolate, and even ice cream barges kept morale sky high. V-Mail delivered over 1 billion letters from home. While German and Japanese soldiers starved and froze, Americans fought with full bellies and full magazines. So who knew the real reason American soldiers were so effective? It wasn't superhuman courage alone. It was a revolutionary system, superior weapons, instant communication, combined arms, mobility, smart leadership, quick repairs, devastating artillery, life-saving medicine, and endless supplies. The U.S. turned the entire war into a battle of resources and adaptability, and the Axis never stood a chance. If you learned something new today, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another Who Knew history fact. Drop a comment. What surprised you most about American effectiveness in World War II? Was it the radios, the artillery, or the logistics? Let us know below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode on the Who Knew channel.